Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. If this is your first time here, I'm your boy Aray, and I'm with my co-host Owen. Owen, say what's up.
What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up?
All right, y'all. We got a pretty good one today. So usually on Tuesdays, we post a pod where we go over pretty cool articles or other related topics, and we just vibe out and have a nice topic of discussion. But on Thursdays we do news. But anyways, today we got one of those fun topics. So what we got today is we got a list that I found online. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check it out for your guys' self. But this article is called 10 Controversial Anime Villain Fans Love. So basically, you guys already have some in mind that, obviously there's a bunch of villains that are just straight up badasses and whatnot. So that's basically what this list is comprised of. So me and Owen will go through it. And of course, you guys are welcome to join the discussion on Discord. But yeah, Owen, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I know a lot of anime nowadays. I mean, not nowadays, generally, they just have such badass villains, and sometimes the villains can even be more badass than the actual main characters. So
Mhm.
let's see. And sometimes the main characters are villains. So let's kind of see how this what this author picked and see how, if it resonates with what we think and what the anime community thinks as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so coming in at number 10 for the most controversial anime villains that fans actually love, we got Aizen from Bleach.
Honestly, okay, I like this pick. Obviously, I like Aizen. I like Aizen as a character,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this is very low because I know I've
Low
said
in terms of he should be
he
like
should be
higher on the list.
higher
Okay,
on the
okay,
list
okay.
because to me, Aizen is like the perfect villain, right? I always loved Aizen as a villain. He was super
Mm-hmm.
strong, and we got introduced to him at the pretty beginning of Bleach, but everything led to Aizen, and it kind of goes with how Bleach stopped. And I really thought the show was done with Aizen. They really finished. They kind of concluded that arc in a way where it could have really just finished right there because it was. I mean, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched Bleach, but basically, um, Ichigo had to train and lose his power for defeating Aizen. So he basically traded his power to defeat Aizen. And Aizen was just a demon. He was, first of all, it wasn't just that he was strong, he
Mm-hmm.
was smart and super manipulative. And I mean, he was just badass. And every single transformation that he had, it was getting a lot at the end, transformation after transformation after transformation. But each transformation was cool as hell. And his just demeanor was just badass. But out of the villains in Bleach, Aizen's definitely the best one as of now. Bleach's new season just came out, and we do have a new villain that is stronger than Aizen. So, I mean, we
Yeah,
haven't seen
isn't his name like Watch or something like that? What is
Yuha.
his name?
Yuha,
Yuha.
yeah, his name is Yuha, right? And this
Yeah.
dude is the original Quincy. He's the strongest. Like, he's the strongest in the verse that we've seen so far. Like
Mm-hmm.
right now, Ichigo is gonna have to play catch up, and we're kind of at the stage where we're going to see soon where Ichigo lies in the scale. But as of now, Yuha's the strongest. I don't see a lot of the thing about Yuha. I mean, I don't know too much about him since I haven't read the anime. But Aizen is his demeanor is something completely different, and it was straight menacing. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Aizen. He's a pretty cool character, strong as hell, smart as hell. It's he could if it wasn't for Ichigo, he would have destroyed the whole verse basically. But yeah, amazing character, villain.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't fully watched Bleach. I did read a little bit of the manga, which it's very hard to explain how that works. Like, I watched the beginning of Bleach, and then somehow I read the end of Bleach. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to explain. But long story short, I kind of did understand how Aizen finessed everyone. So I'd say that's a huge appeal to Aizen. That and his like cool, calm, collected, like calculating way, like his personality. I feel like it's pretty cool. Obviously he was a former captain and whatnot, so I feel like that adds to an element of why people still like him a lot, even though he's a villain. But like overall, he just has that like I don't know how to explain it, but he has that one vibe where it's like you
It's
you
like
know
don't fuck with me. It's like a don't fuck with me vibe,
yeah,
bro. It's like, yo, if
exactly.
you fuck with me, you're dead. Like, and he doesn't even have to like. there's some people that have to show it off. He
Mhm.
just walks in the room and it's already said, it's already done. Like, yo,
Right.
like
I
his
seen this one clip, right? And I think it was Grimjaw, and he was trying to act out of pocket. And he's like, "Yo, I want to chase these guys down." And Eisen basically made him like stand
yeah,
still.
bitched him up. Yeah.
Basically,
Eisen, even though the Rankar were all so strong,
yeah.
Eisen was just on another level, and he could just show his power. Like it was so he didn't have to do anything. Everyone was just scared of him. But that's what kind of made his demeanor kind of like badass. But yeah, Eisen as a character, amazing villain. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right, so coming in at number 9 for controversial anime characters that are villains that people actually love, we got Scar from Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, so honestly, I don't remember Full Metal too much.
Yeah,
So I'll let you take I'll let you take your first hands on this. But I do remember a bit of Scar for sure because I think actually yeah, okay, I'll go briefly about Scar of what I
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
He was definitely one of the strongest in the verse. I think he came from like a clan that was kind of, I think they were
Ishvalan,
extinctish
right?
kind of. They were kind of extinct, right?
Yeah,
Like they killed all of those guys.
yeah,
Anyone with I think he had red eyes and they killed all of
yeah,
them because they were like super strong. I forgot what the exact reason was, but I know that it was basically like the Uchihas in Naruto. Like these guys were
yeah.
just dumb,
Basically, yep.
dumb strong, so they had to just kind of kill them. And then Scar, he kind of helped the Elric brothers. I know he was definitely like super strong.
Mhm.
I didn't really find an appeal to him, but I don't know. What are your thoughts about it?
So I don't know. I feel like a couple of the reasons why Scar is very popular, I'd say first of all is his emotional story. Like I guess a lot of people do emphasize with them or sympath whatever that
Yeah,
word is. I cannot fucking say.
sympathized.
Yeah, cannot fucking say that word. With his story, you know what I mean? Like obviously, like for those of you guys that haven't watched it, maybe you've watched Naruto. An example, like you kind of feel bad for Sasuke, even though like his entire family got clapped. You know what I mean? It's
Literally,
it's the same thing, except this time around, it's it's basic. I don't know. It's basically the same thing hand in hand. So I feel like that emotional story, it doesn't necessarily justify it, but I feel like a lot of people feel bad for him and like him as a character. Obviously, he did have some pretty badass moments. And I'd say the second thing is just his character design. Obviously, his name is Scar. It's a badass name. He has a scar above his eyes. He's got red eyes. He was traveling around with the hood on and all the time. So I feel like that had a pretty good
yeah, he had
like
like a vigilante type vibe. Is
right,
yeah,
yeah. I feel
but
like
like
that
a
had
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
no, no,
no,
no.
that whole aesthetic behind him, that vigilante vibe, the revenge. I feel like that had a chokehold on a lot of fans because a lot of people like those type of villains, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I completely forgot about his. You brought up the character design. His character design was wavy.
Mhm.
I think one of the reasons I resonated with him was definitely because his fighting style, and he was just barbarically like strong. The
Yeah.
dude was crazy. He even helped out the Elric brothers. Obviously, he wasn't he wasn't that type of villain where he was like his mindset was wrong. He wasn't that type of villain, but he was a villain in the beginning, and I think he kind of swayed towards the Elric brothers at the end. So they taught him. I'm pretty sure he taught them a lot about alchemy, and so the way they learned alchemy, I think, was through books and whatnot. And I think
Yeah.
the his tribe had learned alchemy through a different way, and he kind of taught them how to. If I remember correctly, I remember something like this, but their clan had a different version of alchemy, and he was a very good, I think, sorcerer or
Mhm.
whatever, alchemist. Yeah, alchemist. He was a crazy alchemist. But in general, Scar, crazy character, crazy design. People love him. Um, there's his demeanor was just like a Green Arrow vigilante type. Everyone was trying to catch him. Everyone knew his name. Everyone
Mhm.
knew, like, same thing with like Green Arrow, right? Everyone knows his name, but no one can kind of get the uh get the person or get Oliver Queen. It was just like
Right.
the same scenario. But once people realized he's from that certain clan with the red eyes, they just backed the fuck up from him because those dudes were just hell strong.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
All
let's get
right,
into
yeah.
the next one.
All right, so coming in at number 8 for controversial anime villains that fans love, we got Dio Brando from JoJo's.
I mean, you have the Yin to the Yang of one of the best series out there. Um, JoJo's is a hell of an adventure, and you know my thoughts on JoJo. When it comes to the first three seasons, I love it. The JoJo versus Dio is iconic. It's so iconic. It's like Batman versus Joker in if you
Mm-hmm.
compare it to like a DC type thing. Um, he did keep coming back. Every single literally for the first three seasons he kept coming back. But I feel like that kind of built
Bro's
to
a
his
rat,
like
bro. He just be
bro
coming back. He don't
dude's
die.
head chopped off. Like dude would come back. Like it was kind of crazy. But the whole backstory of how Dio it was actually crazy. Like his backstory is so good. Where like his dad was actually going to rob JoJo's father, and Dio and basically he had to repay him in a way. And then while he was dying, Dio's dad,
Mhm.
even though like JoJo's dad thought he was a good person, I mean, he thought he was a good person in the beginning, and then he realized quickly later that this dude was just trying to rob me, and he was not a good dude at all. But the shit Dio did to JoJo once he got shipped off to JoJo's family when Dio's dad died, bro, that
Mhm.
shit got me so tight. I hate Dio, because
Yeah.
because because I love JoJo so much, I hate Dio with the full passion because of the shit he did. Like, bro, like he really finessed JoJo's dad into thinking that JoJo was just not the right,
Yeah.
like he was always doing some fuck shit basically, and he was always, messing around, fooling around, even though Dio was the one doing all this like foolery basically, and he would just be so um like manipulative that he just pinned it and framed it all on JoJo's, and it worked.
Mhm.
For the longest time it worked. Right till the end, JoJo like his father obviously, um trusted his own son and found out that Dio was a villain. But I think the manipulation is kind of maybe why some people like it. Some
Yeah,
people
100%.
like it. So he goes into that category of the badass,
Mhm.
not giving a fuck type of villain, super strong, almost unkillable. But like those are like the good parts. The bad parts was he had such a like, and maybe some people resonate with this, where he had such a bad childhood that he kind of switched around and caused, like, he basically rose up, and him rising up, that within itself is like a crazy feat for
Yeah,
um for Dio. I
for
think that's
sure.
why some people probably like him, but I just hated him because he was so it was I hated it. Obviously his backstory was perfect for a villain. This we're supposed to hate villains, and I think the author of JoJo's really did a good job in making me hate the villain. I know some people liked him, but what are your thoughts on Dio as a whole?
There's only two words that I would say that explain why he's on this list. The world. No, like that was that was so bad.
There's no way you just did that. Oh, weak.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I
The
was thinking that shit whole time in my head, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Zawardo, bro. That shit is too fire though. Though the sound effects in JoJo's, bro, too fire.
They go
Star
crazy, dude.
Star Platinum when he goes, oh no no no, this shit is too fire. All the sound effects. But yeah, so what do you think about like Dio? Do you like Dio?
Honestly, I do, man. Like, I like those characters that like refuse to die. And he's very like I would say he's on a straight path because like he'd be like violating people and stuff. But he knows what he wants, man, and he knows what he wants to accomplish and what he wants to do and who he is. So I like that, and the fact that he refuses to like die and refuses to change. I kind of mess with that as a villain. I'd say he's definitely very charismatic, and overall, I feel like one reason why he's very popular is because obviously JoJo's is like a meme. and the world, you feel me? But I feel like that has a lot to do with his popularity and the reason why he's on this list. I'd say I don't know. Honestly, it's a pretty short opinion, but I feel like that's the reason why he fits here. It fits the criteria for this list.
I feel like you always like the hustle characters, like
Yeah,
Marcus Smart in
Marcus Smart,
in
yeah,
basketball, like the straight hustle god, bro. You love the
yeah,
hustle characters, the ones that gotta fight. The ones that don't die even after you step on their head. Like
yeah.
you love the comeback story. That's
I
what
do,
you love.
bro.
You love
I
the
fuck with
comeback
that, bro.
story. But yeah, I mean, Dio had multiple comeback stories. Dude came out stronger every single time,
Hmm.
and every single version of it was just pure like pure enjoyment because we had to see how JoJo. It was always JoJo versus Dio, so we always had to go along the story of how JoJo would defeat Dio, and Dio is just that. Yo, if you can come back 3 times, you are a good villain, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, unless you got that plot armor, which that's a different story, bro. But I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Theo as a whole, people love him. I don't really like him, but a great villain in general. But yeah, let's get
Yeah.
on to the next one.
All right. Coming in at number 7 for controversial anime villains that fans love, we got my boy, Light Yagami from Death Note.
That's fire. I'll let you take this one.
First of all, he's the first protagonist on this list, which means that he's not a bad guy. Well, he's not. Okay, okay. How do I explain this? All right, so technically he's the main character, but he's the first main character that's a villain, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, but I feel like that's pretty cool, man. Like you can argue that like his beliefs were controversial. You can argue that his beliefs were obviously bad, but it kind of saved the world, less crime and whatnot. But at the same time, the shit that he did and the way that he finessed early in the season was just insane, bro. And low key, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was rooting for that dude, bro. I was rooting for that motherfucker, bro. Like he was going crazy, the type of shit he was doing, bro. He was just finessing, and then when he had to forget about the Death Note and so he can lock himself up, like that was just crazy, bro. Obviously, like L was also such a badass character, and I felt like that really boosted Light's stock. But overall, I feel like Light on this list being number 7 is just not justified. I feel like he should be a lot lower. I would say he's probably one of the best villains, if you want to call him a villain, in all of anime. And
yeah.
and I feel like he's like people love him, man. And I feel like he should definitely be up there because, dude, until his very final moments, he was up there for sure.
No, definitely. I mean, yo, Light. I think the reason why everybody loves him, firstly, I mean, obviously because of his menacing like type of personality. You know how you said you were rooting for him? I think a lot of people were rooting for him because technically, right? It was a good cause. At the end of the day, the result was good. The means to the result, I don't know if that was good. We could argue about that. That's a whole different story. But at the end of the day, he was annihilating criminals. So, technically doing good for the world. So that's a plus side. Secondly, he was the main character. We got the story from his point of view for the most part. So, I mean, how are you not gonna like the main character? Plus, it's again with this cat and mouse stuff, right? Because L was such a good villain. It just as you said, it built his stock up where it every time there was like some type of high intellectual battle moment, Light would always be right on top. It was neck to neck when it came to these two. So seeing a kind of main character take on the villain role, I think that's such a twist that people haven't seen, that it kind of causes people to like Light. And
Yeah, 100%.
just generally, you like Light in the beginning. You're made to like Light in the beginning, even though his later on his um he's technically a villain, if that's what you want to put it. Like, if you technically, according to the story, he's a villain, but he's still the main character, so you still fall in love with him. But yeah, I mean, I love Light as a character. The qualities or characteristics I love about him is, first of all, like just general intelligence. Secondly, like, to expand on the general intelligence, he's like so good at strategy. that he could think multiple steps ahead of everybody. And the
Exactly.
only one that can really compete with that was Light. And then Light was known to do this. And I mean, L was known to do this. And Light is just, a natural born demon at this, basically. But yeah,
Hmm.
just a straight menace. And love his basically love the way he kind of how he's the main character and he's just the villain. Like, that's such a good twist.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
no.
did such a great job
What
with that.
what I would say, bro, is if you consider Light to be a villain, he's top three villain, bro, hands down, bro. Bro
Bro,
was until his final moments, bro. He was up there, bro, for sure.
dude was battling L and then the two brothers afterwards. So like, yo,
For real, bro.
dude was
Bro
not
was
going
doing
down without
like
a fight.
bro was on the whole task force was against him, bro. It was crazy. While being on the task force, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Yo, I gotta watch that though again, bro. I probably watched it more than like 5 to 6 years ago, and I haven't
Yeah.
recapped it. So I need to rewatch it.
Hmm.
Death Note is one of my favorite animes in general. Like you have to love the main character. He's just too smart, too slick, too badass, and it's funny. It's kind of funny seeing it from his side, like
Yeah,
seeing him
it
just
is.
finesse everybody. It's so funny.
All right.
But yeah, I think that sums it up for why people love Light.
All right, so let's get into the next one. So coming in at number 6 for controversial anime villains that fans love, we got Muzan Kibutsuji, aka Michael Jackson, not play from Demon Slayer. Yo, real quick though, before you go off, bro, I feel like this was a really bad pick by the author. No disrespect to the author, but like, who loves this guy? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even
Honestly,
know, man.
I don't even know too much about him to be honest. Like realistically, I just know he's the strongest demon.
Right.
Um, I really don't know too much about the dude. I don't really care about the dude. You know my stance on Demon Slayer. Um, as a villain, who is like the okay? Who is a good villain in Demon Slayer? Honestly, well,
Well,
what are your
he's the
thoughts on
villain,
music?
bro.
What? But we haven't really seen too much of what he can do, right?
Yeah, we only saw I think it was either at the end of Moving Train or the beginning of Moving Train where actually you know what, it was at the end of season 1 where he called in all of the lower demons. Um and he basically killed every single one of them because they all one of them got killed or something like that. And he like their shit all the demons are shit scared of him. So I mean, I guess if you really love power, I guess you can see him as like a cool character, like a cool villain. But I feel like there's a lot more villains that feel a lot more intimidating or scary than him. Like
You
I don't know,
you
man.
you know who I would kind of replace with him,
Who?
and it's very similar, but Sakuna. I would definitely change
Okay, yeah.
Muzan for Sakuna because even though okay, so Muzan, right? He's an actual physical being right now, and obviously people are scared of him because he's number one. But Sakuna, he doesn't even need to be a physical like thing. He's in Itadori, and when that demon that was he was kind of like he can manipulate souls.
Hmm.
When
Yeah.
he tried touching Sukuna's soul, he just instantly backed up, and I think that was such a badass moment. Um, I would personally switch. I don't know if Sukuna's on this list or not, but I would switch Muzan with Sukuna for sure.
So spoiler, he's not on the list, Sakuna, but I feel like that's such a better pick because people love Sakuna. People love like literally, I feel like that's such a good pick. That was a good
Bro,
one. I ain't
bro,
gonna lie.
the way he speaks, he's just like Kozo, like he's just like so
Yeah,
badass. I swear to
yeah.
God. And it's like he's not even there yet. It's only like couple fingers. It's not even like his whole thing. And the way they
Right.
like portray him inside of Itadori's body and how he
Hmm.
like how he speaks to people and how he like it's like we don't even know we don't even know what his actual intentions are, but whenever he comes in, whenever he gets the screen time, it's so badass. And sometimes
Hmm.
it's also funny, like the way he kind
Yeah,
of
exactly.
like he's
He's
funny
he's
with it.
pretty charismatic too, kind of like Dio.
Yeah, he's like when he's talking to other people about Itadori, it's like so funny. And it's
Hmm.
like, how is this first year jujutsu sorcerer that didn't even know shit about jujutsu like sorcering is the vessel and kind of containing Sukuna.
Right.
It's such a funny concept, and it's like you could tell how deadly he is just by the portrayal of um like they use Sukuna's finger Sukuna's fingers as basically a way to measure power. Where it's like, okay, this guy is about 6 Sukuna fingers, and this guy's like Gojo's about 10, or like whatever. Like they really measure the scale of how strong people are by this dude's fingers. So like you
Insane.
got like that's gotta mean something. Like the dude is
Mhm.
just straight badass.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like if I were to pick like a demon type character, I would definitely pick Sukuna over
For
Muzan.
sure. No, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the next one.
Yep.
So coming in at number 5 for controversial anime villains that fans love, we got Junko and Oshima from Danganronpa the animation.
I have
So
never
this
watched
one,
that, so I
yeah, so
cannot
this
even
one I
say.
know, this one I know me and you both haven't watched. And honestly, I can't give you any insight on it, so I'll just read what the author said. Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all right. So this is what's in the article, literally word for word. Junko Enoshima loves despair almost as much as her fans love her. Junko's cutesy punk design makes it easy for audiences to like her, but Junko is also responsible for the ultimate despair taking over her world. Junko begins her quest for despair by convincing a class of high schoolers to kill each other, filming it and then showing it to others to brainwash them into her cause. She creates such chaos that the only way the heroes have thought to fix it is to defeat her memory and deprogram her followers virtually. Junko is a completely chaotic villain, but viewers can't get enough of her style and her dastardly plans. Yo,
Yeah.
high key, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's wild, bro.
No, she seems like a very menacing ass villain. Honestly, I don't know too much about her personality, so I can't say why
Yeah.
I would like her or not. But the fact
Mm-hmm.
that she's just that like what's the word? Like other than menacing, it's like she will utilize her strength to kill anyone. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting from here.
Bro, she out
She's
here brainwashing people. That's crazy.
like the manipulation tactics,
Right.
kind of crazy. I mean, first I haven't really seen. I mean, this is the first female villain I've seen on this list,
Uh-huh.
but from what I've kind of grasped from that little bio or synopsis, um, it said that people liked her in the beginning or people loved her,
I was
right?
talking
Is
about the fans, like meaning us as anime watchers.
oh, okay. I was about to say okay. I was like, yo, maybe she's using manipulation through like beauty or something,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, can't really say too much about it. So yeah,
Yeah, right. All right,
let's just get
let's
on to
just
the
move
next
on.
one.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the next one.
All right. This one's pretty good, bro. So coming in at number 4 for controversial anime villains that people love, we got Hisoka Moro from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, this is actually an amazing pick because
Right?
technically he's a villain, right? But he's also like he's a villain that's kind of a third party because
Right.
he's part of the Phantom Troop, but he's not like his goal, like his reason to be in the Phantom Troop is not like the same as everybody else's.
You know what he
His
gives
is
me, bro? He gives me Orochimaru vibes, but like
bro,
funnier.
that's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like a zesty Orochimaru,
Yeah,
basically.
a zesty Orochimaru for sure.
I mean, okay, so this is what I love about him, right?
Hmm.
I like that. First of all, the dude's super strong.
Hmm.
He got introduced right in the beginning, and we knew he was strong, but we didn't know like the level to his strength. And later, as the time goes on, we realized, yo, this guy might be one of the strongest people in the verse. Like, dude uses his powers like in a very efficient and crazy ass way. He's um he kind of mentored um Gon
Going to
and
kill.
Killua
Yeah.
at a point, so that's kind of also why I like him. And I also like him because I love characters that love to fight. Just like in Bleach, we have like Kenpachi Zaraki. Like the dude is just built to fight. Like he does not care about anything else. Dude just wants to fight. I think Hisoka's like the same way. Where like, yo, dude is so strong, he can fight anyone, and his reason to like be in the Phantom Troop is to literally verse Krollo. And was there another person he wanted to verse?
I don't remember, bro. I honestly don't even remember his motives. I just I just like the fact that he was strong, but he was also like had this cocky vibe to him, but also like this sus side of him. Like not the sus shit. That was out of pocket, bro. But you know what I mean? Like bro was like Multi-talented. You know what I mean though? Like bro was just like he was just doing him, bro. Bro was just existing, bro.
Bro was doing it all, honestly. Bro was doing it all, looking like a zesty clown, bro. Like the fact that he looks like a clown and he's still so badass.
Yeah.
Like Hunter x Hunter actually had such good character designs
Hmm.
for a lot of their characters. Gon and Killua, great character designs. Everyone loves like anyone who has white hair. The Zoldyck family just badass. Like that's what I realized. Anyone that has white hair normally does crazy. Hell's Paradise dude, white hair. As soon as I saw him, I was like, God, this dude's about to be crazy white hair. It's
Everything,
like
bro.
it's like
Kakashi, Gojo, it's a thing, bro.
it's like a trend. It's like a trend in the
Mm.
anime verse. But yeah, Hisoka in general, Hisoka in general, great character, phenomenal villain, just straight menacing. I mean, there's nothing much more I can say about him. Truly amazing character. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right, yo. We're on the top three of the most controversial anime villains that people love. And coming in at number three, we got Eren Yeager. So this is another protagonist that is considered a villain, I guess. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts.
Okay, so firstly, we know Eren. He's a complicated situation,
Hmm.
right? And this all stems from, is he right or is he wrong, right? Is he like, okay, it's kind of the same thing as Light, where it's like technically, right, in his mind,
Hmm.
he's doing the right thing, you know. If it I feel like for Eren, it's, you have to look at it, you have to have your perspective of it, right? Either you're
Right.
looking at it from the perspective of his friends, right? That's one perspective, right? Then there's another perspective of, you're looking at it from the lens of him, of
Hmm.
what he's thinking, which we technically don't know.
Yeah,
And then the third lens is from the lens of the people that are getting terrorized, right?
exactly.
From their lens, yeah, he's a villain, definitely. But from his lens, they're the villains, and he will do anything it takes to make sure his friends are safe. Him and
Mhm.
his friends are safe. So from his perspective, he's not a villain, and it kind of stems from the point of, where do you like put your beliefs in, or what do you think is right, and who do you side with, right? So ultimately for me, like, I side with Eren, because I know that, he's technically killing everybody, but I don't give a shit about that, because because these guys have been terrorized their whole life. Everything they've seen till this day has been, Eren, like, the whole place they lived in was a cage. These guys were
Mhm.
literally livestock in a cage. He's seen his mom die right in front of him. His dad died for the same, like, kind of reason. Um, from his perspective, he's doing the right thing, and it's like he only cares about the goal. His goal is to make sure his friends are safe. He does not care about how he gets to it. And then you look at it from the friend's perspective. Like, some of them know that he's technically doing the right thing, like the end goal is right, but the way he's going about it is very wrong, and they don't agree with that. So they see him as a villain, right? And then we have the outsiders. There's no debate. They think he's a villain because they think that the people from that island are devils. So I feel like it kind of depends on where you're seeing it from, but from my from what I believe is, okay. So he is the protagonist. He's the main character, and he does villainous acts, but he's not a villain.
Yeah, that's
But
fair. I mean, if you
yeah,
think about it, like every show that you watch, the opposition will always think of the main character as an op. Like for example, we'll talk Naruto. The other villages see Naruto as like a villain. Obviously, this is like way back in the day. You know what I mean? Like we know what happened. Maybe that wasn't the best example, but another one, One Piece, right?
yeah, that's a good
Luffy's a
example.
pirate, bro. You know what I mean? Like technically, the Marines are good guys, and the pirates are considered the villains. And I feel like in this case, like obviously, like what Aaron is doing is straight up like out of pocket, bro. Um, but
Deadass.
yeah, I mean, I would classify him as a villain, I guess. But if I'm being honest, bro, I'm totally on the side as well. I'm on the side that's more entertaining, and I feel like it's what he's doing is hella fun, bro.
That's
Like,
facts.
wait, hold on, let me back up. What he's doing is fun to watch.
you got some serial killer shit in you, bro. you like
Oh,
you like
damn.
like killing everybody. You like this guy killing everybody.
But that shit was fun to watch. That's why, bro. You feel me?
People getting annihilated. But low key,
Yeah.
like for me, right? I feel what he's going through because we've seen everything that he's been through, and the story has been portrayed from his angle. So we seen how much torment and oppression that him and his friends have been through. So they're just doing the same oppression back, obviously at a way higher scale,
Mhm.
but it doesn't matter because what he ultimately thinks and what he believes is that if he doesn't kill everybody, then everybody will kill him. That's it. That's pretty much cut and dry. Like if he doesn't kill everybody, literally because he has the founding titan, they'll try using whatever means necessary and to kill him. And we all know that technology is getting so advanced in the Attack on Titan world where like it even makes the Titans obsolete in like some cases. Literal armies become obsolete with the technology that they have.
Right.
So I mean, so to sum it all up, in my opinion, he's not a villain, but he does very villainous things for a good reason. Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's
sums up
fair.
Eren as a whole.
Either way, like I think we can all agree that people love Aaron, whether he's a villain or not. I feel like
Yeah,
he is definitely up there for sure.
I mean, I love Eren. I love his story. I love that he's taking his revenge, and I really don't care about the people. So fucking let the blood shed, bro. Let the blood
Oh,
shed.
dead, bro.
But yeah, Eren was a good third pick. I wonder, like, I'm excited to see the top two.
For sure. All right, let's get into them. So coming in at number 2 for anime villains that people love, we got Suguru Geto from JJK.
Suguru Geto from
He,
JJK. Oh, the new dude. That
yeah,
new dude?
the dude that calls everybody monkey.
Is he the one that just first Gojo that killed Gojo?
No, that's
Oh, not that
Tostogi.
dude. Not that dude. Okay,
He
okay,
was the
okay.
dude. So second season, right? He's the guy that is friends with Gojo.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. Okay, so what I don't really have opinions on this dude, to be honest.
Hmm.
I just feel like obviously he's strong, right? We know that.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
very smart because it's kind of that he's very smart, and it's also kind of that he knows Gojo very well, that he can do what he does. But obviously, if he can control those high grade spirits and even correspond and interact with them, that just shows that this guy's a high level um opponent. But the thing is, we haven't really seen him fight to the point. Like we've seen his old fights, but we haven't seen
Hmm.
him fight in the new verse yet that much or at all even. So I can't really say um I can't really determine his strength. I feel like his screen time is too little for me to even determine whether I like him or not.
Yeah.
I feel like people would like him because of his like manipulation and his like the way he can kind of get the enemy on his side. And
Right.
it's also like we also see the story of this dude was the best friend or like one of the best friends of Gojo, literally his classmate, and now
Hmm.
he's the guy that's the mastermind behind trying to team up with Sukuna and take down
Yeah.
Gojo.
So I personally wouldn't have him this high on the list regardless. And honestly, bro, I don't even know if I would have him on the top 10 until I watched the second season. Um, I actually watched it on the plane on the on the way back home. If you
Nice,
guys don't know,
nice.
yeah, I went on vacation a couple of days ago, but I was watching it and I kind of noticed like over the course of those flashback episodes, you can see him starting to like slowly change his mindset where he's starting to slowly become a villain. Like every time some shit happens, like he's just like questioning things. And honestly, man, I feel like that was a pretty cool concept that happened within the show. Like kind of watching him transform into this where he was a jujutsu sorcerer, you know what I mean, from JJK. And now he's like I don't know, man. He's a straight up villain. Obviously, his ideology, like, I would say, is pretty corrupt. Like, for those of you guys that don't know, he believes like, all right, so most people believe like, like the sorcerers are like there to protect regular people, but his beliefs are like the complete opposite. He believes that everybody should be sorcerers, so his goal is to kill everybody. You know what I mean? So he kind of has that twisted mind that Aaron has that we talked about earlier, a little bit of light. and a couple other these anime villain characters have, where it's like they have the right idea. Like the reason why is because he doesn't want to experience pain. You know what I mean? But they have a twisted way of doing that. So I feel like he definitely fits that category. In terms of people liking his character, I feel like the flashbacks did pretty good. Like they did justice to his character, kind of showing that. Obviously, he has a pretty cool design. His ability is pretty cool, and honestly, though, I would say Sakuna is definitely a better pick. If you're even talking specifically this show, but there's a lot more to be seen from him. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, that's just how I feel about this pick.
So honestly, I would pick Sukuna first, right? And
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have Sukuna there. But I
Mhm.
also second, I would pick that dude that's built and buff. I forgot his name. He was in the second
Oh
season.
yeah. Well, he
And
wasn't a villain though, right? He's more of like a, I don't know. Was he a rival? I know what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know,
I know
but
what you're talking about.
he basically killed Gojo. Like he basically killed him.
Oh, that guy, that guy. I thought you were talking about the
Yeah.
other dude. Now, his name was Toji. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So like
Oh
first
yeah,
of
yeah.
all, mad people like him. The fact that he killed
Oh yeah,
Gojo,
100%, 100%.
like
Yo, one
because
of our boys, our boy Issa, bro. I just visited him not too long ago, and
nice.
we were talking about how he loves My Hero.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
basically I took a look at his phone and his back screen. His wallpaper was Toji, bro. So I
Bro,
mean that kind of goes to show it, bro.
you know what it's Toji, like Toji has a very strong influence on the gym community. Like everyone wants
There
that
we go.
that type of body because
Hmm.
what it is like okay, a lot of anime characters have very fake bodies, like very unachievable bodies unless it's
Hmm.
steroids, right? Like if you look at like JoJo or like Dio, any or like Baki guys, like these guys are way too big that unless you're using steroids, you'll never be that big. But
Right.
like, but this character, his name is Toji. You said,
Yep.
yeah, like Toji, he has that frame and that build, but he's not like too crazy. Like you know what I mean? It's not like unachievable. I feel like a lot of people like I've seen this on TikTok too recently where it's like, oh, you want to build Toji's body, this is what you got to focus on. So and then or it's like I saw another video where it's like rate Toji's physique from 0 to 10, and then they go into like his traps are big, this is bad, like they go into in depth on his body, but like people love his like people see his body as inspiration for the gym. So I mean, I can understand why people love him, and I like him. I like him because, bro, he's one of the only people that fucked up Gojo, and this is when Gojo was very strong. Firstly, secondly, he wasn't really a Jujutsu sorcerer, so he didn't have any cursed energy. So
Hmm.
he killed Gojo without cursed energy. So that's crazy. But the thing, obviously, like it goes hand in hand because he didn't have cursed energy. He couldn't be detected by Gojo. But the fact that like a regular human can do that to Gojo is it's pretty crazy. And he kind of gives me the vibe of Levi's uncle. I forgot his name, but he
Oh
was,
yeah, Kenny.
yeah, Kenny Ackerman. Like he was just a dog, right? And I feel like this guy is just that straight up dog. Like he's just gonna come up. He's gonna come at you. He doesn't give a shit if you're Gojo. He doesn't give a shit if you're Sakuna. He will literally come at you, give it his all, and just try fucking you up. But I mean, dude's a badass, built, strong, powerful. Killed one of the strongest characters. Well, basically killed one of the strongest characters in the series, and yeah, he did it without cursed energy. So what can't you like about that dude?
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough pick. I mean, I feel like you can make an argument for any one of those three, Geto, Toji, and Sakuna. But yeah, I mean, let us know your guys' opinion. Like, join our Discord, let us know, man. But yeah, let's hop into number one. You ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drum roll. Let's get it.
All right, yo. So coming in at number one for anime villains that people love, we got Dabi from My Hero Academia.
Damn, this is a number one, bro. Are
I
you
know,
dead
man.
ass? He's not even the best villain inside that series.
I know,
Like,
man.
he's literally Shigaraki is literally way better than
Yeah,
him
but I
as a
feel like
villain.
people don't like Shigaraki. So I understand Dabi. So here's my take on it. I
Yeah,
feel like out of all the villains, this is probably the one that I see the most like cosplay for. I feel like other than that, like Hisoka's a close second. and obviously like I don't want to count Aaron because that's like like you know what I mean. But I feel like Dobby, man. I feel like mad people in the cosplay community cosplay as him. I feel like he's definitely not a lovable character because like obviously he does some fucked up shit, but he his powers are just like they're like neutral, like fire. You know what I mean? Everybody loves that fire shit. You know what I mean? Like that
And
power.
it's blue flames
Yeah.
too, which makes it
Right.
even
Right.
cooler.
Right.
Plus,
Yeah.
his design is kind of sick.
Yeah.
It's very like edgy. It's very like kind of zombie like, but
Yeah.
it's like very different from Todoroki and his whole family. He literally manipulated his body so he wouldn't get like burnt from the flames as much,
Hmm.
or because he burnt himself so much from the flames, he had to manipulate his body. But like, people probably resonate with him because his backstory and how he's connected to Todoroki.
Yeah.
I get how you can feel sympathetic for him because he had a stronger flame than even Endeavor, but because Endeavor wanted to kind of protect him, he didn't allow him to kind of use his power. And we saw him throughout the flashbacks getting neglected and rejected by Endeavor, and that kind of like his villain story. I like his villain story as in why he became a villain and how he's becoming a villain. Plus, he's fighting his dad. It's a whole like turnaround, like a whole loop, and
Yeah.
it gives like a good dynamic to the story. Like I would kind of want that for Bakugo, where we have something that can connect him, like a backstory, because he should be the second character. He should be the second,
Right.
the rival.
He feels like an NPC, bro. Like in terms of
Yeah, like
backstory, like we don't know anything.
we don't know anything about him. We just know that he's Deku's friend from like, well, so-called friend, like rival from a very long time, and he's close with Deku now. But
Hmm.
we get nothing about his family, his origins, why I mean, we know why he wants to become. I feel like the reason of why people want to become heroes is so dumb. It's because they watch All Might, and then they just want to become heroes. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they should go more in depth on why they like the story. This like the stakes should be higher on why they become heroes. Like Todoroki's family was already heroes, so automatically if you're Endeavor's son, you're gonna become a hero. There's no
Hmm.
not becoming a hero. Actually, their one son is not, but the fact is that Bakugo is a very he. I feel like the author likes Todoroki more than he likes Bakugo. But in general, Dabi's a good like to loop it back. Dabi's a good character, and I don't find appeal for him personally.
Hmm.
Like he's just a normal villain. I honestly like Shigaraki better. I like the dynamic of All for One and One for All, how they collide, and the fact that Shigaraki, like, his powers are just insane. Firstly, secondly, like um maybe even not even Shigaraki there, but putting the All for One guy there because of how like he's so smart too, like the All for One dude.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
maybe he's
I,
the better
I
character.
he definitely is a better villain, but I feel like in terms of like people liking
Popularity,
them, yeah,
yeah.
I don't see him up there.
Popularity wise, I mean, Dobby just has sick design.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I can
I
say
feel like
about
that's
it.
what it is, yeah. Sick designs, cool backstory, cool powers. I think that's really all
Exactly,
there is to it.
exactly. I mean, that summed up Dobby pretty well. I feel like
Yeah.
this list was pretty good.
Yeah.
This was, for the most part, it's pretty good. Like
I would
I
say the
agree.
mentions on the list were good. I just feel like the order could have been better.
Yeah,
That's just me
yeah,
nitpicking, obviously, but
yeah, definitely. I mean, we got Dio in there, we got Aaron, we got Light. Like the fact that he added people that weren't and villains to begin with, they were just regular, I think they were just protagonists, but got like switched into villains because of perspective. I feel like he added very good characters in that sense. The only thing I would kind of change is for JJK, I'd rather put Sakuna
mhm.
and Muzan. Just I don't really get the
Yeah,
appeal from him,
I
so
didn't see that. Yeah.
I don't really get the
Um.
appeal for Muzan. Honestly, I would rather pick Aokiji or Dofi. I love Dofi,
Oh
bro.
yeah, Doflamingo would have been fire, bro.
How is Dofi not on this, bro? Dofi is such a
I
good.
didn't see a single One Piece character, so this author must not watch One Piece. I don't know.
I mean, like Dofi. So this would be my honorable mention. I think Dofi is just such an amazing essence of a villain. The dude's a menace. conquers Haki. He comes with all three Haki, so he has the feats, he has the power, awakened devil fruit. Like, dude has it all, and his backstory is crazy. Like, dude came from being a celestial dragon, being
Mhm.
basically untouchable, doesn't have to lift a finger for the rest of his life. He has literal slaves that do whatever the hell he wants. But his dumbass father was like, "Nah, we out of here. We're about to live the hobo life." And
The
fucking
hobo
these
life.
guys, these guys got sent to the streets, literally, and that literally just turned Dope Flamingo into the person he is
Yeah.
today. And he's the essence of a great villain. So for me, my top villains, Aizen. Um, oh my god, they don't have Madara on this?
Dude, that
What
was the one I was
the
gonna say.
fuck?
I was gonna say Madara should have been on that shit, bro.
Bro, Madara should have been there like tenfold, bro. Madara was
Yeah.
such a good villain. The fact, like, he, the fact, like, the amount of hype that Madara had before his showcasing, like,
I would
bro,
rock his gear and stuff, bro. That's how like influential and basically
bro,
how badass he was.
every time I heard about anime and Naruto, I always heard Madara. Bro, no one's beating Madara. No one's beating Madara. I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Till I watched Naruto, and I realized, yo, this dude is a freaking demon. Like, he is the essence of a great villain.
Hmm.
You know who else would be a good pick for Naruto? And it would be kind
Ooh.
of like a reversal, but Itachi, since he was part of the
Yeah. True, true. That would be pretty
since
good. I
since he
feel
was
like that
part
would
of the
be the
Akatsuki,
best pick. Overall, that would have been the best pick if
like,
you were to count that.
yeah, like he was from the Akatsuki, like he was from a literal like villainous group, but at the end we realized that he does everything, for a good reason and for a good cause, which
Yeah.
kind of like defeats the whole villainous purpose. But the
Mhm.
fact of the matter is he was still a villain. Like, he
Yeah.
was still a villain. And in everybody's eyes, he was still a villain till the end. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Yeah.
those are the honorable mentions. But this guy did do a really good job, and we're gonna continue to you know just like review these articles. I feel like this guy did a really good job creating this,
Yeah,
and
shout out to Alexander Locke. I think we did one of this person's articles last week too. I think it was.
I
So
mean,
person with the banger articles, yo.
dude's a talented artist for sure. Um, Other than that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the list. The
Yeah.
honorable mentions, the slight things I would change, but yeah, I feel like that concludes it.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Anime Plus. You know, we guys want you guys in our anime community, so be sure to check out the link in this description for our Discord or hit us up on IG if you guys want to chat. We're always on there chilling. You feel me? Other
Yeah,
than that, yeah, we'll catch you guys on either Thursday's episode or the next episode. But ideally, we want you guys to be part of our community. So hopefully, we'll see you guys there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode of Anime Plus. Peace out and have a good one. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
peace.